What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and we are here for episode 12 of our Madden 21 end of the game cycle franchise with the Detroit Lions, where we have a pretty good episode up to date for you guys, especially within the division of the NFC North. Week 3 on the road against the Bears. We're playing that game. You know why? Because the Chicago Bears are insanely overpowered in the sim, so I'm not going to sim against the OP sim team. We're going to play that one, and then hopefully week 4, the Kirk Cousins is still the quarterback. I actually don't know. We'll double check that for the Minnesota Vikings, but if it is still Kirk Dirt, feel good that our team's going to be able to get some interceptions there. We come into this episode 1-1. We simmed that week 2 game, which you can see at the top of your screen, against the Philadelphia Eagles, where we won 41-31. Love the fact that we put up 41 points in the sim. Dislike the fact that that week 1 game that I actually hopped in and played, we lost. But it was a really exciting game. I loved the competitiveness of it. I love the down-to-the-wireness of it. A little too random at points for me, but it is what it is. It was a memorable game, win or lose, and I'm fine with it. I've come to terms with it. So before we get into anything that we're going to deal with here, because obviously you can see that little top panel there, that is going to be very, very important, and we will talk about that. I always leave my videos usually trying to get feedback from you guys. I'm going to refer to you guys as like my coaching staff. You know, and I'm not meaning that in like a sarcastic or derogatory way. Genuine. I'm always asking you guys for feedback. When I do get feedback that I use in my videos, we're gonna be like, oh, we looked at the coaches here, and we're trying to figure it all out. So, first up, we have Ryan, who said he recommends changing Fred Warner's Superstar X Factor ability because it's selfless, which only helps other X Factors get into the zone, which we have 0 other X Factors on the defense. So it just doesn't make sense for that to happen. So yeah, we have selfless. That's not really what we need. Zone Hawk. I'm trying to think like what would actually be his best one. Like reinforcement, momentum shift. When they enter the zone, all are knocked out of the zone, lose progress towards entering the zone. Probably reinforcement is the one that you want. So we're gonna give him that for now. But again, I'm looking at you guys, the coaching staff. Those are the abilities for Fred Warner. What is the most OP ability that we should be? Obviously, Avalanche. That's something that you want, right? That is something that you want. But we're not quite there yet. Need to get him up a couple more points as a run stuffer. So if that's something, though, that you guys, the coaching staff, think we should do, that means we could just force feed all of Fred Warner's points into that run stopper so we get that extra ability. But for right now, I'm feeling like reinforcement should be it. But if you guys have a different suggestion, by all means, let me know in the comment section below. Ryan also suggested that on the defense, we move Onwuzurike into our rush D tackle so he doesn't come off the field in 4-3 sets, and we have done that because absolutely him in particular, he's the guy we want to get snaps. He's the guy that hit the ground running, was a stud for us last year, and you definitely don't want to see a decrease in his playing time or anything like that. So we have gone ahead and we have made that improvement. We also left last episode talking about the trade block. And this here, we're looking at Coach Jonta, who made the suggestion. And basically, we had 2 trades, 2 players that we could try to trade for. That's what we're going to do in this episode. Darius Slayton was one, the wide receiver from the New York Giants, or Matt Ioannidis, the defensive tackle from Washington football team. And generally, I'm using this comment as the feel of the comment section is that you guys want me to try to go out and get Darius Slayton because the Giants are looking for a quarterback, and we have Jared Goff very much on the trade block. So basically, once we get through everything, Darius Slayton will be the player we try to trade for with Jared Goff. Lastly, we have somewhat great feedback here from Coach Yuri, saying, C4, I promise if you're learning to use your linebacker, you'll never lose a game against a computer again. Who wants to watch me go 16-0? 17-0 now because of this lovely Start Today mod on Madden 21 PC. Who would really want to see me go 17-0? Would that be fun? Where would be any of the fun of that? You know what I'm saying? So Coach Yuri, I think me losing and having at least a little bit of a grind and struggle, that's fine. Because back in the day, everyone played linebacker. I used a linebacker, and then out of the blue, I started using the D-line, which is obviously everyone knows it's newbie. But I feel like, when you see the people that cheat, the tryhards, stuff like that, they just use the linebackers. You can get so many interceptions. You can block the middle of the field. You can stop the short routes. Do we really want that? Like if I'm going to use a linebacker and just try to take over and dominate all-pro defense, why won't I just run slants and all money plays on the offense side of the ball so I never lose? You want the losses. You want this to feel a little bit more realistic. So here's what we're going to do. And I'm going to tell you right now that breakout QB thing that we're going to find out, which is incredibly important. I'm going to say that just for right before the game so I don't forget what we're trying to do for Spencer Rattler when it comes to earning that dev trade from a statistical standpoint. So here we go. Let's start this trade up. So Jared Goff and we're looking at Darius Slayton from the Giants. So the first trade suggestion I've seen is to not only try to get Darius Slayton straight up, which, that trade looks slightly lopsided, but it's also to try, I've seen people suggest, see if I can get Daniel Jones on the return, so I do have at least that depth quarterback. So let's just see right off the bat, will this trade go through? Wow. I was saying, I probably should have even threw in a pick there from the Giants to see if we could have maximized that just a little bit. Hey, you guys got it. You got the suggestion, the coaching staff, the boardroom, the front office came through. They knew this offer would go through. So Jared Goff has been sent packing. We get Danny Dimes as a backup. Daniel Jones now on our roster. But more importantly, we got Darius Slayton, big time playmaker at wide receiver now. Instantly, wide receiver 1 on our squad. Kind of looking at their depth chart here. Clearly, Rattlers still going to be a quarterback over Daniel Jones, but the wide receiver room definitely shifts up a little bit. I think Slayton and Perriman, still the guys we want on the outside. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the slot. You have Preston Williams as our third outside wide receiver, and Cephas will be backup slot, and then Dotson is going to have to find a way to make some plays. Maybe, I don't even want to throw it out there, but if a player does go down, we do have a lot of depth at wide receiver that I do feel comfortable with. But Darius Slayton, that's what we just got. We flipped Jared Goff's expensive contract to get this type of player. I assume he was on the trade block and it was so easy to get him because he's in a contract year, and the Giants knew with the big contract that they gave out to Kenny Golladay that there was going to be no money to re-sign Darius Slayton, which is fine. They didn't have a whole lot of salary cap either, like just under $10 million bucks. So 83 star dev here for Darius Slayton. Deep threat, fits our scheme. 93 speed, 92 acceleration, 87 catching, 85 catching traffic. Route running all in the 80s. 88 spec catch, 93 jumping, 88 change of direction. This guy looks real damn good, man. The traits there, team player, aggressive catch, possessive catch, run after the catch. It looks good, man. Number 44 wide receiver. We just went from a team that our best wide receiver was ranked 88th. We literally improved by, what is that? Would it be 100%? That doesn't make sense. We went from 88 to 44. Whatever that math is, it's like 7:45 in the morning. Give me a break that the old brain's not turning off. But I can tell you that looks good. We have to make a cut here to the roster. And I'm thinking, wow, why would I get rid of that? Let's see. Hall here at back. Let's throw him on tight. We moved him. He's the fullback, 72 fullback, moved him to tight end. Let's move him on the practice squad as he continues to grow and learn that position. So not too bad considering that all the offers for Jared Goff, the best offer we were getting were these two. And we're able to flip him for a massive upgrade at wide receiver. So ahead of this game here against the Chicago Bears, what other miscellaneous can we do? We're goddamn almost 10 minutes in. Well, we have Frank Ragnow looking for a contract extension, as well as Darius Slayton. Let's handle that business right now, because if you did make a trade for Darius Slayton, he wasn't a contract year, it pretty much would be assumed that the team that he's going to would have a contract extension in place. So we'll start here first with Frank Ragnow. Want to give him, I'll give him a 5-year deal if he'll take it. 5-year, $48 million. He's very happy to take that. You look at Darius Slayton, 25, 26, 27, 28. Maybe get him 4 years. 4 years, $41 million. He wants a little bit more money in terms of salary. That shouldn't be too much of an issue, and I'm very confident we'll be able to re-sign him. But we got Ragnow back on the books, who's emerging as one of the best centers in the league. We will get Slayton locked up. I think Aruarie's earned himself a new contract. I think Tavai, from a roster building standpoint, having that star dev as your linebacker too, he's going to cost us under $10 million. I think that's going to be a solid move for us there. Absolutely no way we're paying Daniel Jones $58 million. I'll tell you that. But yeah, still a couple more contracts we want to hammer out in season. And maybe we'll take another swing at that Slayton contract next week in week 4. But it is time. Week 3 against the Bears. Last thing to be said is, how can we get Spencer Rattler up to a star depth trade? So, looking at the report, we got to get him 300 total yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and a win. Getting a quarterback to go up a depth trade is not easy. It's not a cakewalk. But we now know what we need to do. I'm going to tell you right now, the 0 interceptions is probably going to be the hardest thing for us going into this game. But it's also incredibly important to get Spencer Rattler on the depth trade train, start him at a star, so we can eventually hopefully get him up to a superstar X Factor. So without further ado, Lions versus Bears, massive depth trade, massive win on the line. Let's get it. I will say this as we get ready to start this first drive, Spencer Rattler. 1, we're going to try to keep the balance. I notice most times when we have scenarios like this, we just throw the ball 40 times. you're bound to throw an interception and cost yourself that dev trade scenario. Secondly, I'm going to play like an absolute wimp. I am going to throw slants. I'm going to do whatever we can to cheese this, because getting our quarterback, Spencer Rattler, from a normal to a star dev is easily the biggest priority for us in this season, for at least even the first half of the season. So we got to do that any means necessary. Oh, let's go to Darius Slayton. There's his first grab and a Detroit. Oh, he's so
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
fast. Darius Slayton taking his first reception to the house. Welcome to Detroit. 74 yards, Darius Slayton. Let's go, baby. Too much speed. Just too much speed. Oh, that's gotta be. Hey, Fred Warner, TFL. All right, 3rd and 8. Let's go. Let me see what this guy's about. I'll play. I can play that rep. I can protect the sticks. Oh, let me protect the sticks. And it's like the end. Doesn't know what to do. As the rookie Drake Jackson gets home, gets the sack. I don't know if that's his first sack of the year or not, but that could have been history for what we're a player that we hope goes down as the next great Detroit Lions edge rusher. Oh, and he makes the grab though. I'll take that. Rattler getting hit as he throws. Slayton still comes up with the catch. Drive continues. Got 3rd and 3 here. Probably Swift is going to be our read. Maybe Hawkinson if we can move the chains quickly. But I'm thinking DeAndre Swift right across the middle of the field. Take some easy yards. Don't get baited. Don't get baited. Throw the easy pass. Hawkinson, a little improvisational, but it works. And gets up the 10-yard line at 33 yards. I don't like that throw, but I love that grab. Come on, C4. Come on, C4. Make the play, bud. Make the play, and that works flawlessly to DeAndre Swift. Wide open. One more touchdown is what we need for that category. Let's go. All right, let's do this, man. 3rd and 13. Let's try Fred. No, let's let Fred do his job. Just gonna cover Montgomery out the backfield. Let's get Onwuzurike. Try to bring some pressure. He does get stopped, but there's a diving interception. Josh Jackson. Oh, I don't know if we want. You gotta take the pick six. You gotta take the pick six when you can get it, because you also gotta remember we gotta win the game for that dev trade scenario to count, and we're not gonna cheese it too much. I'm not gonna rob a player that we need to take that next step. You know, Josh Jackson's guy at a point in time was regarded maybe as the best corner or one of the best corners from that class. Ended up going in the 2nd round, not the 1st round. Things didn't work out there in Green Bay, but he was a baller at Iowa, and hopefully we can rejuvenate him here in Detroit. That pick six, great way to start out for him. Jeff Okuda, you gotta punish him. Gotta punish him there. All right, back-to-back slants. Grow up. It was just a shit wrap. That was a shit wrap. We won on the pass rush. Didn't get home. DB could have made a play. Didn't make a play. That was a little bit rough. 50 seconds here. No turnovers. Maybe see if we can do a couple screen passes. Pad our yardage totals. We got to get up to 300 passing yards as well. Fumble doesn't count as an interception, does it? There's no way they get a pick six. Like, look, how is that like almost not? That feels so scripted that DeAndre Swift couldn't track back a nose tackle and make a play. The kick on the field goal. That fumble. I saw nothing of a fumble. It wasn't a turnover. It was interceptions. So I think we're still in the good. Swifty. As the Lions swiftly get almost to the 50-yard line on the back at 32. Slayton again. Slants is what it is. Man. We're here to do a job. We got a goal, and we know probably how we should run this offense to obtain that goal and achieve that goal. And we're gonna achieve it. All right, we're gonna manifest this destiny in our head, and we're gonna get this guy that slimy silver dev trade. It's the last thing we do. Okay. Welcome the new guy. Hey, trading slants touchdowns with the CPU is what it is. Christian Kirk, that's who's making the plays. Okay. Go. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. The juke move was filth. We're not getting any of our yards that we need, but that is extending the lead, which is also what we need to do. Huge touchdown there by DeAndre Swift, taking some of the wind out of the sails here. Soldier Field. I just simmed that because it's starting to get out of hand, and Josh Jackson rewards us with his second pick of the game. Let's go! All right, we gotta get him we gotta get Rattler a couple more yards, and I'm pulling him. We will see Danny Dimes make his debut here very shortly. Does that count? Oh my God! Tack on additional yardage. Come on, Swifty 5! Swifty 5! I know how to count all the way to Swifty 5. It's a hell of a route, man. Christian Kirk's garbage time at this point, but he's having a good game. Okay, we need to get 55 more yards for Rattler, then we can pull him, get him a dev trait. Just cannot have a turnover at this point. Go, go, we got it. By any means necessary, we were going to get this boy, this dev trait, and this young man, this child, pretty much. We just saw it before our very eyes. Growing dev trait. Now let's pull him. Danny Dimes gets to close out this game in garbage duty, making his Detroit Lions debut. And the deal's done. The deal has been done, and we have done what we had to do to get that QB1 up a dev trait. We also got a victory. We're moving to 2-1 on the season. Did a pretty good job against Justin Fields. Yeah, they got some garbage time points. Game looked like, you know, closer than what it might have actually been. Would have liked to maybe see our defense kind of kill that one off a little bit. Look at that. Hell of a game from Justin Fields. He also had 2 picks. Josh Jackson. Huge game from him. But looking at the Lions, we needed 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, a win for Rattler. All of those have been achieved there. 320 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interception, perfect QB rating, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift. He balled. He also had a receiving touchdown. Darius Slayton in his first game doesn't even know the playbook yet. 5 catches, 137 yards, 2 tutties. We got 97 and a tutty for Brashad Perriman. Exceptional job. Defensively, Warner finally had a standout game for us. 13 tackles, a TFL, 2 interceptions. Josh Jackson, he's getting the game ball on the defensive side of the ball. Onwu and Drake Jackson getting themselves some sacks. Very big win here for the Detroit Lions. Hopefully we can carry this momentum and the brand new dev trade into a win next week against the Minnesota Vikings and go to 3-1 on the season. Moment of truth. I've skipped this before. I've simmed past it. And if you don't click this, you don't get anything, even if you achieve it. But finally, it has been there. The shiny new dev trait. Spencer Rattler, star dev, plus 5,000 XP. Our first objective's done for this season. Now, hey, let's get him superstar. And with everything we achieved this week, Spencer Rattler gets 2 upgrade points, which is great. Let's work on making him a strong arm QB. That's what he is. Build into that archetype, you know? So he's now going to be finished up 74 overall. Star dev. Things are looking good for the young gunslinger out of Oklahoma. Head of our week 4 game against Minnesota Vikings. Have a weekly award winner. Was it Rattler? I don't know. It was actually Justin Fields. But Josh Jackson, 11 tackles, 2 picks, and that pick 6. Got himself an NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Happy. That's paying right there immediate dividends to a player that we spent some okay money for to bring him in free agency from a divisional rival. So we want to up the salary here for Darius Slayton. See if we do something like that. Should be enough to get him re-signed, which we do. Easy does it, man. Long-term contract for the one player we traded for. And all is right in the world. So now let's get ahead. Try to go 2-0 in the episode. Knock out the Minnesota Vikings. Let's see how our shiny new dev trait, our new star wide receiver with a new contract, see how they'll perform here in the sim against the Minnesota Vikings. Opening drive. We go for it on 4th down. Get the 4th down. Get the touchdown. But it looks like Minnesota quickly responds. So we're tied up at 7 apiece. Going right back down to the red zone, though. Could be a little bit of a shootout. Settle for the field goal. Then get the instant touchdown for a 10-point lead. Can we carry that into halftime or even extend it to 13? Which we do. Good for Goggles, man. That guy's automatic at this point. Another field goal. Well, hey, Minnesota got a touchdown there, making it competitive in the fourth quarter. Touchdown for Detroit, touchdown for Minnesota. What is going to, whatever defense can kind of hold on here, sort themselves out in this fourth quarter. It looks like it's going to be ours. Got to get the job done here. Going to another red zone attempt, another field goal for Goff. He's like 5 kicks made this game, but that is a 2-0. A flawless episode here for the Detroit Lions. We might even be first in the division after this. Looking at the stats there, Rattler wasn't great by any means, but 400 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Could have been worse, right? Could have put our team in worse situations. 51 yards and a touchdown, DeAndre Swift. 40 yards and a touchdown, Matt Breida. Happy with that. From receiving standpoint, 9 catches, 125 yards. Darius Slayton, he's been outstanding since he's been wearing a Detroit Lions uniform. Nice, 69 yards. TJ Hawkinson, Matt Breida had 2 touchdowns in the game. Pretty impressive there for the RB2. Defensively, Jeff Okudah, 6 tackles. 2 TFLs, Mo Hurst, no sacks, 2 picks, Fred Warner and Jamie Collins. Love seeing Fred Warner getting involved there. Happy with it. Really, really happy with it. 2-0, 3-1 on the year. Very good. And we're 2-0 in the sim. So that means the sim is starting to favor what we're doing, what we're building here in Detroit. So we looked around about this episode. Very, very good game to be able to come back. We got another home stretch here. Week 5 and Week 6 at home. We got the 0-4 football team. Feel pretty good about that. Feel kind of confident about that. To end this episode, what else do we? Can we land a contract here? Owarie, 2 years, 26, 27, 28. Let's see if we get him a 3-year contract, $13 million. I like it. Get him locked and loaded. Like I said, I think Tavai, unless you guys think there's something different, I think Tavai is probably the last guy we need to re-sign. Everyone else, probably let them go. Also, have a nice little interesting tidbit to leave you guys, my coaching staff, with. So we got a trade offer in for Trey Flowers. It's not a great trade offer, but it's a trade offer nonetheless. Miami's offering us a 4th-round pick for Trey Flowers. Now, you know, here's essentially what would happen. We get rid of Trey Flowers. That will give an immediate way for Drake Jackson to start. But, I mean, he's still on the field here as our dime. Nickel and dime is the defensive end. So he is getting on the field. That's going to be up to you guys. I'm really not leaning. I would say if I had to say what way I'm slightly leaning towards keeping Trey Flowers. It's a 4th-round pick. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. If it was a 2nd-round pick, I'd jump all over it. 3rd-round pick, you know, 50-50. 4th-round pick, I'll go with what you guys think. I mean, if you think it's more beneficial to move on from right now, take the cap hit, whatever is implicated there with the trade, we'll do it, man. I'm going to be looking at you guys in the coaching staff. What do you guys think in the comment section below? Should we trade Trey Flowers to the Dolphins or not? And another thing that's kind of cool is, I mean, we're looking here at scouting. We're getting the scouting done. Man, as much as I like Rattler and there's absolutely 0 buyer's remorse, like, that's the next freak QB that you want. Uagalele. Probably butcher that. I'm going to eventually learn how to say it properly, but I think that's it. It's pretty close. But he's a freak. He's going to be amazing. I'm probably not going to have to worry about going up depth traits or anything like that with him. I'd be shocked if he's anything less than a superstar. Point being, though, I wanted to show you this because we have, you know, Fred Warner, who's going to be the other middle linebacker, right? We maybe Tavai, looking for a new contract, but we have P.N.I. Sewell's brother, Noah. Would that be something cool to bring in? I mean, he's a beast. Would be a great fit for this squad. Run that 4-3, 2 middle linebackers in the field so that could be something kind of cool. That would be something to think about. But ultimately, all I'm going to leave with you guys is let's be pumped that we got Spencer Rattler, that dev trade. Let's be pumped that Darius Slayton trade went through. It was very fair for us. And he's been a beast since he's been here. But what do we do with Trey Flowers? Let me know in the comment section below. That'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for the support as we are starting to get a little bit more momentum on the channel. The series is doing well as we gear up for Madden 22 season sooner than later. I'm going to say next week. I would say within the next 2 weeks, we for sure will have something about Madden 22. I'd be shocked if it's not within the next 2 weeks. But that'll do it for me today, guys. As always, first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy. We're trying to work our way, crawling our way to 150,000 subscribers. Leave a comment in the comment section below with your take. I'm looking for you, my coaching staff. And yeah, like the video. How's the video on the old YouTube algorithm? I think this is probably the best franchise series still going on today in Madden 21. So the likes, people looking for franchise mode will stumble upon the video if you do your part. It's free, costs nothing. That'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, it's C4. Say peace.